Alright guys, I'm glad you're here with me. So this video is dedicated to why I like driving the Honda Accords. So sit back guys and enjoy my reasons why I like Accords. Alright, so what's going on guys? This is Will from Bosu America. Wanted to do a quick video. It ain't gonna be a quick video. This is actually gonna be a decent little video. I had a friend ask me, he said, why do you drive Accords? That was his question to me. He said, why do you drive Accords? And why don't I get a Prelude or something else? Let's talk about this, then I'll talk about that. If you look at these two boxes right here, they're on my bed. They're not dirty boxes. They're my boxes of parts and tools. And what I do is when I'm in a junkyard, I always randomly get parts. And if you are a Honda head or just in general a car guy, you do this type of things. These are the things that my stepdad taught me when I was a wee young lad. I collect lots of items for Hondas. And like I said, I'm going to talk about the reason as to why I drive more or less the Accords or a Civic. You see all these parts? All this time I've been having those, that car. I think I'm up to 5 now. I got rid of a bunch of them I had in storage that was no good. Somebody offered me the amount. I sold it all. You see that? It's all parts. And it's really cool because after so long, what happens is you get to the point where you start understanding and kind of knowing. All right, what's going on, guys? As I was stating before, I'm sorry, I'm scratching. I'll live by. I got to. So, as I was stating before, I've collected lots of parts for, Hondas. Now, my friend asked me, I have people always ask me, but I had another friend ask me, why don't you drive something else? Why don't you get like a CRX or a Prelude? And I was just like, I'm not gonna drive none of those cars because the parts are hard to get. There's a couple channels that I watch, and I don't want to slaughter no one's name, but I don't like slaughtering names. I can't, but I'll just say certain channels, like for instance, Garage Build Hondas. This guy, he can find those CRXs. You can go out and find them in that area, even static in his area, wherever they are, they go out and source them. But man, there is not a CRX, I don't think, maybe in 500 miles of Cincinnati. If it is, I ain't seen it. I used to look on Auto Tempest and a bunch of other things, and some of those cars I can't find. I may try to source the parts for them, but the problem is, why have that? See, the cars that I've had, they may not be the ones that everybody want, but I do like Honda. And the reason why I like Honda is that I started with a Civic. And then went up to an Accord. But what I found out, I can't really mess with the other ones. Like I always wanted a Wago, or what they call it, the Civic van. But the last one I seen on my feed is a couple years back in the junkyard sitting at the top. I might even see one at LKQ. The problem is you'll never see those cars again. Like a CRX, I think Jack might have one. I haven't been out to the other ones, but Jack got one, you pay and pull, never had. I never seen a CRX in there. I maybe see a Prelude once in a while. And Integra, they picked them to the bones. I might go in there if I get the radiator, because you can put the radiator in a Civic, or my eye is burning. I'm sorry, my eye burning for some reason. But give me a second here. What happened is, a Civic, you can find the Civic parts, and you can find Accord parts. But I could not find no parts for any of those other cars I see. That's why I watch their channels, because I kind of vicariously live through those guys. The Accords, I think what I have now is 5. I had about 10 other cars at one time, but they were all parts cars and stuff I had to store it. So with me not working, and I had to do something with all that stuff. So a guy offered me something, so I got rid of all of it. I'll stick with Accords. Why I stick with Accords? Because I have so many parts for them. Excuse me. I have 2 of them that had that funny slat 4-cylinder where they have the oil well problems, but both the oil wells are good. And then I have the H22, or I don't have a 23, it's a 22 series. I know it is. And then the Civic, the little single jingle, 4-cylinder. But those parts are super easy to find. That's why I choose to stay with Accord and Civics, because you can find them. Now I'm gonna do more of a video on Accords, and I don't think I'm gonna do one on Civic, but it's gonna be on Accords right now. The name, why the name is, and just other few things. And I probably will go through some of the reasons why I love and hate them, because there are, different reasons why sometimes I get mad at the Civic. One of the main reasons is the water pump. I don't like doing water pump jobs. That is my main goal. That one there, and then my second one is the brake lines. That's really it. Outside of that, and I'm sorry, 3, the exhaust. The exhausts have a bad problem at the end. They always fall off. But outside of that, you can kind of deal with those problems. The 2 Accords I have now, I had so many parts, I was able to replace 80% of the parts on both the cars, and I still got parts. Just small parts, belts and plugs, and what is it? I want to call them sensors and little stuff, plugs. I keep all that stuff, and sometimes I hunt down good plugs out of cars because you can't clean plugs. I don't know why people don't. So this is just a video I'm doing on why I love Accords. To all my people who watch my show, thank you, or watch the YouTube channel, thank you. Once again, I try to get prizes away nobody won them, because I'm not a really big channel. I'm very small, and I like to just do things for prosperity. I say prosperity, I can't even say that word, but for something in the future, my kids can look back into the past and look at the stuff I was doing. I think it's prosperity, no, posterity, I don't know, clipping over words. But so far, the newest Accord I got, I think it's a 96, and that has a 22 series in it. That one, it's taking me through it. That car, everything is what's wrong with it, but it does that because it's doing its job. And I just got to figure out what that little sputtering is. Once that's finished, I got the smoking stop. I got hoses changed. I'm actually going to go and change some more hoses on it. It's going to take me a little while to dial that one in. The 2-door one, which is the 2-door coupe Accord, that one I think I'm going to start on next week. Just tearing stuff apart and putting them together. But the engine is a sewing machine. It's a sewing machine. So I'm going to pour some water in there, see what the radiator does, flip the hoses out, and go from there. Now my Accord, the only thing that's wrong with my big Accord is I got to do something about the rack and pinion because it leaks. That's it. Outside of that, car runs mint. My wagon, my automatic transmission cable is getting tighter, but again, once it goes, I'll have it paid for. I'm just going to drive it till then. But I love driving that car because it's slammed, and it's kind of my cruise mobile. The Civic, nothing. I'm going to probably start etching on that car and just transform it, because I do want to do something different to it before the winter. I want to do it like a flat color, put some decals on it. And I still think about turning it into a truck. I thought a little ute, so I don't know. All right, guys, sit back, enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you for being here with me. And again, this is kind of the Honda thing, man. I'm into Hondas. That's what it is. And for all those who downplay Hondas, I did that simply because those things got me from point A to point B for a long time. And I haven't, it's rare. Only one Civic I had to get rid of that ran because I had to sell it to pay rent. This was years ago. So I started saving up, and I said I'm on a bunch of cars. And my wife will be moving to a closer Kroger so she could drive like 3 minutes of street. She could take that car and drive it. So the newest one I got. And if I don't get it dialed in, she'll drive another car. All right, guys. Thanks for being here with me. Check the rest of the show out. If you haven't, like, subscribe. I have lots of stuff on my channel. And I might start learning to do some better videos, because I just kind of like the rough, bare bones type videos. But I'll probably move it up. All right, guys. Later. All right, so the Accord, this one right here was my second Accord. A Honda I had after I had my Civic. But this one was just one of the fun cars to work on. I've actually gotten parts off the 2.2 Acuras, and actually I think they're like TLs, and put parts on here. I love the wheels. I like using some of the older style wheels on here, which I'll probably be doing next. But this Accord here is probably one of my favorites to drive. I'll go more in depth on it later. Now, this right here, I got this one off of a guy. This is not the exact car, but I got a 2-door one like this off a guy about maybe 2 weeks ago. I had to put a brake line on it, but it's a sewing machine. And I can't wait to get that one, going, because I'm thinking about slamming it. But as you can see, those are wheels that have eluded me. I never got those wheels. But the thing I like is I still can use a lot of parts from my other Honda on this one as well. I haven't driven it, but the day I do drive it, you will know. Now, as of now, this is like my newest one I got. Not this one, but a 4-door one like this. I had enough parts to do everything. The only thing I haven't had is the parts for the exhaust. Timing belt, water pump, alternator, everything. I had it all. That's why I like these. And this had the 22 series in it, not the slant one with the oil wells. It's running, but it still sputters, and it gives me a little problem. But again, I got so many parts. That's why I love these cars so much. Now, the wagon I've had numerous problems out of, but that's because of someone who had it didn't take care of it. But the problems more or less are solved. Right now, I have one of these slammed on the ground, and I love it. Mitch Mac wheels, I love it, and I'll always keep it that way. It's my cruising. The only thing I dislike is hard to find wagons in the junkyard, and when you find them, they're gone. So if you get one, be ready to have a hard time finding parts. I'm all over the place with this, but I just want to kind of give you why I like Hondas. Now, this is the interior of a 96 Honda Accord. What you notice is if you look at the center console, if you look closely, this inside looks dead on an Acura TL, the exact one. So what I started doing was I was able to get certain parts out of there. Like for instance, the dash thing, you got this. Okay, check this out. Here it is. That's an Acura. You notice that center console, that wood grain? You actually can take that out and put that in your Honda. You can put it in there because remember that the Acura is no more than a Honda. But also I'm able to get the shocks off here to put on the 2001 and the exhaust. And most of the engine parts is a 2.2. If you find it, get it and make it work. Now, these wheels on this Acura, I fell in love with. I should have never sold the first set, but I have some on my wagon now. They turn the wagon out. Oh, I love these wheels. If you see these in the junkyard, you could possibly, cross-reference parts for it. That's why I like OEM parts. Now, those wheels I've never owned. I've seen them, but now that I've seen another set, I'm gonna get them. Another set of wheels that you can run on all your Accords. When you paint them, OEM wheels look good. Hope this helps. Now, I hope this video helps someone because let me show you something here. This is the car I would buy at a heartbeat because these cars have life, man, and you could dial them in. So I hope that you guys are out there building. I see lots of great builds and I'm impressed by all you guys out there. You guys keep doing your thing to give me something to watch, but I hope this videos help someone understand that your creativity can create something great. See you guys. This is Will from Bosu, America.